The next two experiments would make excellent beginnings to lessons or demonstrations where an element of fun may be involved. The first of these involves using a saturated solution of potassium nitrate. Leave this overnight to stand if in doubt of it being fully saturated. Use a small paintbrush and paint a message on a sheet of filter paper. This filter paper could be a large one, in which case the message could be much longer. Remember to use joined up writing. If you don't do this, then the experiment won't work. Although we can see the message now because of the dampness, we may not be able to see it when it's dried, so it is best to put a small pencil mark at the beginning of the message. We now need to dry the message with a hairdryer. When the filter paper is dry, we're ready for the next part of the experiment. I'm doing this in a fume cupboard, although this may not be necessary if it's done on a small scale and you're working in a well-ventilated laboratory. Obtain a glowing splint and put the glowing splint next to the pencil spot on the filter paper. This should ignite the paper where the potassium nitrate was placed. This is the second of the magic writing experiments. For this one you need 8 different solutions. 3 of these solutions are going to be placed into spray bottles. These are the type that are used to spray household plants with a fine mist. We're going to put 3 different solutions into 3 of these spray bottles. First of these is ammonia, iron 3 nitrate and lead nitrate. Now 5 different solutions are needed, and these are going to be poured into small beakers. 4 of these are 5% solutions. The first is ammonium thiocyanate, which will be poured into the first beaker. It may well be worth labelling the paintbrush, beaker and flask with a number, since cross-contamination problems would spoil the experiment. The second beaker will be filled with 5% copper 2 sulfate solution. Third, with potassium hexacyanoferrate 2 solution. Fourth, with a 5% solution of potassium iodide. And the fifth, with bench phenolphthalein solution. Each of these 5 solutions, we can now write hidden messages on a piece of filter paper. Blotting paper is equally acceptable for this experiment. The messages will be mostly hidden, although the copper 2 sulfate solution, you may be able to see the mark left by the blue copper ions. You may think that you can see the message quite clearly, but it's now necessary to dry the message by using a hairdryer. When the filter paper is dry, pin the filter paper up inside a fume cupboard. Although we're working inside a fume cupboard, I've actually got the fume cupboard switched off while I'm doing the spraying. This is because the draft through the fume cupboard may actually pull the spray away from the filter paper. First of all, spray the hidden message with lead nitrate solution. Number 4 shows up because of a reaction to form the precipitate of lead iodide. Next, spray with the iron 3 nitrate solution. 2 things happen. Number 1 shows up because of formation of a thiocyanate complex, and number 3 shows up because of the formation of Prussian blue. Finally, spray with ammonia solution. Several things happen here. Number 5 shows up. Phenolphthalein has reacted under the alkaline conditions to form a pink colour. A copper ammonia complex has formed on number 2, but the number 1 has disappeared from being red due to the formation of iron 3 hydroxide, which is very pale red.